Hi, it's SYNOLVE. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Well, today I wanted to come on and talk about a topic that I have been thinking a lot about, and that is why are African Americans, Black Americans, especially women, Black women, leaving the U.S.? Why are they breaking up with, why are we breaking up with the U.S.? What's really going on? And so, I've seen a lot of videos done about this. Stephanie Perry, I'm looking down at my notes, so just in case you see me looking down. Hi again, I'm Sanal. How are you doing? I'm so glad you're here. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are a part of this Black Exodus movement, then let me know. Let's talk about it in the comments below. What are your reasons for breaking up with America? I'd love to know. Go ahead and subscribe, share this video, and like and comment. It really does help me out a lot. Well, so I've been watching, as I was saying, a lot of different videos about this as I'm gathering my own thoughts and ruminating in my own head, talking to my own family, my hubby, kids about this, about why I want to break up with America. And so I've been watching a lot of videos. As I said, Stephanie Perry and Ashley in Africa did a really great video. Rashida Dow, Sheeta's on the loose, if you see her on Instagram, and she also has a YouTube channel here. Exo Nicole has done some great work around this and interviewing people who have left and are leaving the U.S. and why. Amy's Adventures, Picky Girl Travels the World, and so many other people have jumped on the bandwagon, and we're not the only ones leaving. But you may have seen articles in Black Enterprise, Essence Magazine, BBC News Africa, CBS News, Mornings, TripAdvisor. I mean, the list just goes on. And as I said, we're not the only ones who are leaving. The nomad capitalist always is forever documenting his travels and his life abroad, and really encouraging Americans as a whole to find somewhere else, and to break up with America and find somewhere else to go. And so I thought, as I was talking about this with myself, I talk to myself, you. As I was thinking about this and talking with my hubby, I wrote down about 5 reasons why I'd like to break up with America. Now, this is not everything. These are not all the reasons. I have a long list, way long list, okay? But I didn't want to, I don't want to keep you here all day and night, because I can. And maybe we'll come on and do a live after you watch this video. Let me know if you want to come on and do a live. I'll be happy to do that and share, and we can all jump in and hop in and talk more about this subject, okay? Leave me a comment below if you want to do that. So why Black people are breaking up with America, Black Exodus, okay? By the way, the people that I mentioned, Ashley in Africa, Rashida Dow, Stephanie Perry, Picky Girl Travels the World, Exo Nicole, Amy's Adventures, I'm going to leave the links to some of their videos around this. I'm going to leave the link below so you can go out and check out their channel as well. For me, leaving America, especially for Black women, is a brown girl luxury. Talk to Harriet about that. So for Harriet about that. So, and she does some great work around that. So for me, it's, a part of brown girl luxury. It's about having the choice to live wherever we want to live, and the freedom to live wherever we want to live, and to do whatever we want to do. But I'll talk about that a little bit more later. Okay, so why are we breaking up with America? Okay, why are we, Black people and Black women, especially breaking up with America? So many things have happened. The year of return, the in Ghana, where the president invited Black Americans to come. Obviously, we've had the several migrations throughout history. Some were forced, where African Americans were forced to come to this country. So I don't think we ever really sat down and really thought about it. Do I have a choice to leave or to go somewhere else? And if I could go somewhere else, where would that be? Must it be Africa? Can I be like my ancestors and travel the globe? What can I do? Am I stuck here, trapped in this American nightmare? And I think now we're just getting around to it in mass. I think a lot of people have thought about this and have left. Many people have left over the, over the years. But now we're sort of after 500 years or so. We're 400 past 1619, 500 past the 1500s when the Spanish first enslaved and forced our ancestors to come. So now we're starting to think about it. Do I have the opportunity to live somewhere else? And if so, where would that be? Well, for me, one, why? Why do I want to leave, right? Kind of discuss a little bit about the ability to live my own life on my own terms. Yes. But this toxicity, right? So let's start with one, okay? Because I jumped ahead to the ability to live your life of your dreams and to craft the life that you desire, because that's most important to my heart. But number one, okay, if we had to put them in order, the toxicity in America, right? This toxicity and in American culture, the racism, the violence, all of that. And I think a lot of people had a wake up, shouting up glory morning when they when a lot of the violence began, and of course the Black Lives Matter movement. A lot of people woke up and they were like, this is crazy. This has been going on since the beginning of Africans being forced, our ancestors being forced to be here. And so why are we still in this? We've heard the stories of Emmett Till, and we fought and we've marched. And so to think that our babies and ourselves are still not safe in America after all this time, what are we doing? Like, well, and how long must we continue this? When will it end? When will it end? What is happening? Why? And not only that, the violence that we must receive from the outside. What about the violence that we are encroaching upon each other, right? Because of so many different reasons, from poverty to a lack of education. So many things have not changed. It's the toxicity of this culture. And we keep hoping, as we put in our bids within the political system, that you'll catch that, right? That something will change, and then nothing has changed. We're still having to vote every so often for the right to vote and for rights. How is this possible, and why? And why must this continue? Why are the jails overpopulated with our people? This makes absolutely no sense. For the numbers of the population, for such a small population as ours. Within the U.S., here we are with this much violence and this much crime. And like I said, it's from within and from without. And so what are we doing? What's being done to us, and then what we're doing to each other. And it's fostering within this toxicity, within the system that we don't have in control, right? With drugs being forced and pushed into our neighborhoods, with us being gentrified and forced out, with us, so many things, right? I'm gonna get into the next one. I'm going there. Number two, this lack of upward mobility, right? This lack of ability to get ahead, and the cost of business startups to the toxic work environments. All of this plays a huge part in why many of us want to leave, why we want to go, why we want to get out. The problem, sadly, is that we are forced into a situation that often don't have a way out. We're told education. I have a master's degree. My husband has the MBA. I know plenty of people who have master's degrees, MBAs, PhDs, and who don't have jobs, or who work below their means. They work below their income. They're part-time employed, or they're forced to work as independent contractors, or even professors that are not given tenure. African Americans not given tenure. We celebrate when one person gets tenure as if they're not hundreds and thousands of other professors who need tenure. And then the low pay sometimes in many of these positions, where they're it require a high level degree, which gets into student loans, and or you paying for this, education yourself, or working 4 or 5 jobs to get it done. And then you get out and there you look around and people with master's degrees are driving Uber, or they're driving DoorDash. And there's nothing wrong with that, because hubby and I have done DoorDash. There's nothing at all wrong with that. I'm just saying, why? Where are all the jobs? Where, we get these numbers and clearly something is wrong, right? People are saying, oh, well, people just don't want to work. No, people just don't want to be treated badly at work. And then two, we seem to be in this culture hiring the same people and just shifting them around from job to job. I can talk about this all day, I'm telling you. It's a problem. It's a real problem, because we seem to let a few people have some type of success, or it seems like a few people break through this glass ceiling. And then what happens to the rest of the people? What happens to everyone else? And we want to blame it on a lack of education. We want to blame it on a lack of skills. But in reality, that's just not the case. There is this, I wouldn't say ceiling. There's just this concrete block that's stopping us, and is already set in place. And although, like I said, a few people can seem to get through and get in, there's just not an open door where a lot of people are experiencing the wealth. And then we've seen losses in our wealth, right? Because due to Rona and so many other things, right? We've seen losses and not gains. Due to gentrification and so many other things, we've seen losses and not gains. We're still having this issue, why, with black farmers not being able to get loans. Why? If you can't get a loan to be able to buy property, or your property taxes keep going up because they're pricing you out of the market, so you have to sell your grandparents' house or great grandmama's farm, what happens, right? You lose this ability to really be able to live life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. That American dream is just gone, right? And so brings me to 3. The price of the American dream. The price of the American dream is just way too high. And a lot of times the cost of the American dreams means it has cost you, right? It's cost you. No time with your family. You're working 4 or 5 jobs, or you're working ungodly hours. You're working 7 days a week, 6 days a week. You barely get off. You don't have time. My husband said I should make a whole video on this. You don't have time. You have like 1 day to be with your kids. Maybe you do get Saturday and Sunday off, right? And then Saturday all day you're running around trying to either take the kids to sports or something else, or you got to go grocery shopping. You got to figure out what the kids needs, and then on Sundays maybe you're going to church or some type of worship, or maybe you sleep in on Sunday mornings. You get up, you cook, and then the rest of the day, what are you doing? Oh, well, Saturday, if you didn't wash Saturday, you got to wash Sunday. And if you didn't go grocery shopping Saturday, you going to grocery shopping Sunday when all the church folks are at church, right? So the store's empty. And then you get there and the shelves are bare. There's barely anything there. So you have to figure out, and then you got to come home, you got to cook dinner. And then what are you doing? You're getting ready, getting kids ready for Monday to go back to school. You got to make sure you got, all the things they need. And you're getting yourself bags packed, getting ready to go back to work. And this is the cycle. So what is the American dream? What have you've worked all day for a house that you don't come in, you leave when it's dark, you come back when it's dark, right? Or barely daylight, sun coming up. You come back, right, in the evening. You're dead tired, fussing, hollering at the kids. You're stopping and getting McDonald's or something. I'm not promoting any restaurants, but you're stopping to get fast food, something to eat. You're not cooking healthy. You're not living healthy. A lot of your times getting in the car, you got to rush to try to get kids to daycare, from after school care. You got to get the morning care in the morning, because if you have young kids, because you got to be at work by 8, so you got to leave by 7. So unless they're in elementary, unless your school starts at 7, then you got to pay for morning care. You got to pay for after school care. Will they charge you in the evenings for pickup from daycare? If they don't, for aftercare, if after school, because you don't get off to 5, so that means you got to drive from wherever you are to get to the kids. So it's going to take 20-30 minutes to get to the kids, if not an hour and a half, 2 hours. You leave work at 4, you leave work at 5, you don't get there to 6, you don't get there to 7. You're trying to beat the clock so you don't have to pay whatever. It's been years ago since we paid that, but what was it? Something like $10 or $15 a minute, or every 20 minutes, or every 10 minutes, some 5 minutes or something. You tell me now how much it costs if you are late picking up your kids for aftercare, because my kids are adults now, so I don't know. But you know what I mean? You feel that pressure, this American dream, to live in you live in the house with the white picket fence, to live in the suburbs, to live in whatever, this neighborhood or that neighborhood, to put them in the best schools, all of that, right? To save for college, to do all the things you want to do, and then you do all these things for the American dream. You're tired, broke down, and then you barely take vacations because you got to work, right? Because in the summertime, if you got kids, then what do you have to do? You have to put them in summer camp. So you got to work. I know for us, summer camp for our two kids, summer camp for our two kids was $1,200 a month. So it's like vacation. What? That was the vacation money right there. For June, July, and the very beginning of August. And sometimes they let August off, and then one of us would have to try to take off, try to figure out what to do, so we could get ready for school. It was an unending cycle. It was not an American dream. It was a nightmare. You feel me? All right. So the housing price are exorbitant. Houses are going up. It's ridiculous how much houses cost. This American dream is almost unreachable and unattainable for many. All right, and you may be in the fortunate place, and so if you are, kudos to you. And those of you who, like myself, have been hit by Rona, or in many ways through job losses or other things, you know exactly how I feel. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Or you have a family member maybe that was impacted and affected, and you've had to help. So it is what it is. 4, the availability of good health, right? And I had good health in healthy foods. I had the availability of healthy foods. That's what I had. But I'm really gonna put this whole thing under healthcare and healthy lifestyle, I think, is what I'm gonna put this under, because I'm making my notes, writing this down, making my changes. Because what I'm realizing is this healthy lifestyle is just not American. It's un-American. It's chips and it's fast food, right? We're not pushing healthy foods. We're not pushing growing your own foods and garden. We're not pushing those things. We're not pushing food, lawns as food. We're not pushing herbal remedies, herbs, and growing things naturally. We're pushing a very unhealthy lifestyle in America. No walking, no bike riding. We're just pushing a whole other thing. And the reason I said is because, one, when Corona broke out, there is no, a lot of people, for example, didn't have health care. And so we were wondering, why are the hospitals full? Well, people don't have health care. When people don't have health care, where are they going to go? Hospitals, because that's where you can get care. Makes no sense, right? You go to the grocery store, your organic foods that are not, sprayed with pesticides, are the foods that are most expensive. Does that make any sense? Come on, somebody, I need an amen. I know y'all there. It makes no sense. And so here we are, all of these things, right? And we're shipping all of these things in. We're shipping foods in, and then you have the supply chain issue where countries like, for example, Portugal, Spain, Mexico, Africa, the entire continent of Africa, they're growing their own food, right? They're growing their own food. You can just walk down the street and there are banana trees. It's luscious, and there's a wealth of healthy fruits and vegetables. You don't have that here in America. This is a concrete jungle. And even if you live in the country somewhere, you're still having to plant your own, a lot of times plant your own foods, because sometimes things have been either overrun or they've been sprayed, or even some of your farmland has been used for soybean or other crops that kind of strip the land. There are places within America where where it's untouched, but that's, it's not a lot, right? Well, I shouldn't say it's a lot. You gotta go it's just not necessarily right around you. And so because we live a lot of times in these concrete jungles, now I'm an advocate for you growing. And even though we've moved to an apartment, I still grow on my grow some things on our patio. Maybe I'll have to show it to you sometimes. Not saying that of course you have the choice. You can grow, you can do your own thing. When we lived in suburbia, we grew our own food. If you go visit our craft farms channel, you'll see that. But as a whole, as within the American culture, and even though you're seeing this push for veganism, a lot of times you don't know what's in that stuff. And some of the stuff that's in vegan foods can be like tofu and some other things, has issues, right? And it can be just as unhealthy as some of your other foods, even some of the seasonings. And I wish I could think of the one seasoning that everybody talks about a lot that I can't eat because it's soy. It's crazy. Anyway, it's a whole different culture. So, right, living somewhere else, this availability of your own health, it seems to be a commodity that it's almost like out of your control, right? You're pushed on every ad, pushed soft drinks and unhealthy foods and all of these things. And yes, there are ads that have, but someone's gonna argue in comments already now that that there are healthy ads. Yeah, but the cost of it, right? And if you live in a concrete jungle and you live in a food desert in the city, where's the nearest food, right? It's unhealthy food. You understand? So it's not like our culture itself is sustainable in a way and built on living a healthy lifestyle, eating healthy, and eating healthy foods. It's just, no, that ain't it. Within the city, a lot of the metro areas and the cities, your nearest store is a corner store, right? And it's chips and it's candies and it's all these other things, but it's not fruits and vegetables, okay? So, in other cultures, it's very different. Your street foods are extremely healthy, right? Extremely healthy. Plantains and bananas. Yes, where I want to go. Another reason we're breaking up. We are breaking up. This is Black Exodus and Black Exodus movement is, and this is my last one, which I've talked about a little bit before, is the ability to live life on your own terms, right? To craft the life that you desire. It's this ability to really live a true life of freedom. What is freedom, right? What is freedom? What is brown girl luxury? What is a life of luxury and ease, right? To live this life, right? I love the idea of Jamaica. I've talked about Jamaica because Negril, for example, is the capital of casual. Oh my gosh. If you haven't already checked out that video, please do. I have a video with the amazing Misty Memphis, and also with Mocha Moselle, and with the author Kwame McPherson, all about Jamaica. And so, yes, check those videos out. It's a beautiful place, beautiful, amazing food, beautiful, easy culture, and that's what I'm looking for. Now, we have this choice, like Stephanie Perry and Rashida Dow and Peaky Girl Travels the World, to live anywhere we want to live, right? You can live in Mexico. You can live in Portugal, Spain, Curacao, wherever you want to live. That is where your heart takes you, where your travels and your spirit leads you, and the ancestors are calling you. That's where you need to go, right? Because we all make different choices for different reasons. And that's real freedom. That is real freedom. And since the beginning of time, here, for African Americans who were brought forcefully to this country, because I already believe some of us were already here. Some of our ancestors we already know they were world travelers and explorers, and some of them were already here. Amazing. And so now you have that opportunity to break up with America and to make your own choice about where you want to go and about who you want to be in this world, right? Who you want to be. What does freedom really look like to you? Does it look like what you've been pushed into, right? Because we don't really get a choice in America. You're told, you send your kids into this Roman culture, right? This European system, and you're told from day one to come out like stamps. Oh my gosh, the song Weeds, the song, the TV show, Yeah, when I say weeds, I mean the TV show Weeds. Have y'all seen that? But listen to that song in season 1. The ticky tacky in the, okay, y'all come back. If you watch it and you listen to that song, I might leave it below, link below. Go listen to the song. And the people in the houses, right? We come out stamped. You go to college, you're told from before you can even walk, kids are told, you gotta go, you gotta go to finish your education, you gotta go to college. That you're taught what jobs, careers. So it's what are the jobs? It's doctor, lawyer, teacher, police, fire. Certain jobs are pushed. So this life that you want to dream about of being a digital nomad, and traveling the world is like foreign, right? Writing, right? Writing, being a writer and just writing. This is my book, by the way. I'll leave the link below in case you want to pick it up. But this idea that you can be a writer and live on the beach like Misty Memphis or Mocha Moselle, and you can live on the beach and you can look out at the ocean and live a life of your own choosing is beyond us. And the people call you crazy because you're stamped from a small child into what this American lifestyle is, what this American dream is, and you're fed this capitalism, right? You're fed into this capitalistic system from holidays. Don't let me go there, right? From holidays, you got to buy all these Christmas gifts. You got to $500, $1,000 per child. You got to buy the latest phone. You got to get for Valentine's Day, you got to get your wife the latest whatever, and you're asking for the latest purse, the latest shoes, we're shopping every weekend. We spend a lot of our time off work going to the mall, going to the stores, shopping at the big box stores. We're just fed this, right? Constantly fed consumerism as a way of life. Consumerism is not luxury, my opinion. Consumerism is not a way of life. It's not a sustainable way of life. It's too much stress and strain on your finances and on your need to keep working to feed this system. You're feeding this system within this capitalistic system. We're going to talk about that in another video. But feeding this capitalistic system that doesn't serve you, that doesn't turn around and then give you the dividends that you are owed. And I say that because not just during this conversation about reparations, but to say, which is a very important conversation, but to say that you're in the system going to, different stores, and you're buying and you're buying and you're buying. And then what do you get in return? A bill, right? And a lack of sleep and no peace. But you get to go out and you get to tell, that you have the latest this, and you look like, you ran the latest red bottoms, you ran the best purse. And I think all those things are wonderful and awesome if that's what you want to do. Me, my choice. I want to eat well, right? I want to eat healthy fruits and vegetables and healthy foods that are good for me. ITAL foods, right? That are cooked. Did you know that, well, I really should do a video on this though. Getting so many ideas as I talk to you guys, and I love it. That's why I talk to y'all. But do you know ITAL food, vegan foods actually came from ITAL food from Jamaica? Did you know that, girl? I didn't know. Honey, baby. Sir, ma'am, I did not know that. Did y'all know? If y'all knew that, put it in the comments below. It didn't come from. It was not part of America. I can tell you that. I thought it was. And rejected it for a long time because I thought it was. Oh, Lord. Yes. Anyway, so this ability, right? What luxury, brown girl luxury means to me, and the reason people are doing this Black Exodus and why they're part of this Black Exodus movement is because they want to choose. They want to live life on their own terms. They want to craft the life that they desire and not be stamped into a life that is not a life that they wanted. They're tired of the 60, 80, 70, 100-hour work week just to make ends meet, to live in a house, to pay to buy groceries, and to pay for lights and gas and water and all of the accoutrements and all of the amenities that you never get to see in this American system and American dream because you're at work all the time. And then you and your spouse are Divorce rates high because you and your spouse are like two ships passing in the night because y'all gotta go to work. You're hollering at the kids to be quiet, to sit down, shut up. You don't have time to spend with them and color and just create because you gotta work. You gotta go to work in the morning. You gotta go work tomorrow. You gotta do what you gotta do. So folks gotta go to bed. Folks need to sit down and be quiet because you got a headache because you were in traffic for 3 hours. You don't get to live your dream. And you're not cooking good foods, right? You're not even putting good foods, good things into your body because you got to hurry up and get something and chow down so you can go to church or so you can go to the next event or so you can do the next thing so the kids can get home and do their homework and go to bed in the morning. So you're throwing stuff together. And I know a lot of us cook because I cook, right? A lot of us cook and do the best we can. But then your availability of fresh foods is an issue because a lot of the foods that we get are in the grocery store already have pesticides and all kinds of other sides on them because you got to pay an arm and leg for organic. Unless you go to farmer's market or you know a farmer, in which I advise that you do. These are some of the reasons, right? So let's just recap, right? So one, the toxicity in American culture, right? So one, this is why are Black people breaking up with America? Why are we saying it's got to be more than this? Why are we saying enough is enough, right? The toxicity, the racism, the violence, okay? Two, the lack of upward mobility, the ability to get ahead, and to move forward for all of our people, those same advancements and opportunities, right? Three, the price of the American dream, the cost of houses, the cost of living, the cost of working in America. By the time we retire, we're so broken down. The availability of a healthy lifestyle, right? Healthy foods, health care for all of our people, right? Not having to go to the grocery store, but having foods just on the street by local vendors. I just think that's when I see Africa and I see Jamaica and I see throughout the Caribbean people are just selling or fruits and vegetables on the streets. It's just open air. So even without necessarily always needing a mask, because it's open air, it's out in the open, you're not necessarily having to walk into the grocery store to buy everything you can if you'd like. Just the availability here and there. And then fruits and vegetables, you can grow them, right? They already are just growing all throughout the Caribbean, and all throughout Africa. No one's cutting everything down in order to build a shopping center because as you look across the street, the shopping center across the street is half empty, so they can't use that one. My husband talks about this all the time. Milton Craft, go visit his channel, Milton Craft channel, talks about this all the time. Why are they building a new parking lot? Why are they building a new shopping center when the one right across the street, right down the corner, is already empty? It's not even full. And the rents are so high. What can you do, right? It's the cost of starting a business unless you're digital. And then they're going to start looking at your bank account, looking at your Cash App and your, you shall see the article, they're going to look at your Cash App, look at your Venmo, look at all your money changing apps to see if you spent over $600. Like, what in the world, right? Yeah. America, right? And then 5, this ability to live a life of true freedom, to really craft the life that you desire. Y'all know I'm looking down, I'm looking at my notes. To live in your life on your own terms, right? These are my reasons, okay? I'm just giving 5. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on in American culture. TV violence. It's like other people can have love stories. Well, where are the stories about our people? Because we fall in love and we live happy lives and we do all kinds of good things too. Where are those stories? Why are we just focusing on certain stories of Africa, about African American culture that usually end in death, violence, poverty, crime? Yeah. All right. Well, again, I'm SYNOLVE, and I sure hope you enjoyed this. If you haven't already subscribed, then do. And hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I put out a video. And share this with a friend. And please share below your ideas, your reasons for why you want to break up with America, or why you already broke up with America. Y'all ain't called your relationship quits. You said bye. Boo, you ain't gave the ring back. You gave the keys back. You done. You out. Tell me why you got the visa and the passport and the plane ticket to prove it. Just tell me why you broke up with America. I'd love to hear. And where are you? Where in the world are you? What country are you in? What country did you choose? Got some great videos on planning for 2022. I got plans to go to Jamaica this year. That's my plan. Sticking to it. Y'all help me out by watching these videos, because that'll help me get there faster, quicker, right? And amazing videos about what are your plans, right, for traveling this year. So I'll link those videos as well below, along with great interviews with Mocha Mazel and Misty Memphis, Kwame. So great stuff out there that I've done. I did a planning video with a planning session with my business coach, Milton. And so check that out as well. I'll leave it linked below. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you're on this journey with me. You can support me by watching those videos, leaving a comment, leaving a thumbs up. That really does help me out. By purchasing my book as well. Also, I have links below if you'd like to donate to the channel, or if you'd like to become a member of this channel here or on Patreon. That would help as well. So I have links below on how you could support Black media, how you could support me, especially in my channel, and hopefully we'll get to the point to do some things where we're supporting other Black women and Black people who want to move abroad, couples who want to move abroad. That's really, and families, couples and families who want to move abroad, and women. That's really my goal. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. Leave me a comment. Be sure to subscribe. It really does help me out. I love you guys so much. I do. And I'm glad we finally had this conversation. And I so look forward to having more conversations just like this one. All right. I'll see you guys in another video. You are loved. You're amazing. You're beautiful. You are wonderful. I love you guys so, so much. And I'm going to see you in another video real soon. Bye-bye, guys.